I'm going to be really, really sad that we're going to have to move out of this building in a few months because I was one of the few who actually spent the time to renovate this building when it was purchased in 1984, I think. And so to see it to move out of it and to see it demolished is going to be really tough. It's going to be a really sad day.
It's been interesting to be here. I mean, slept here many nights, and but it's been fun. It's been a nice building.
Probably come down when the old building goes down and sit across the street and drink a beer to it or something. It's been it's been a crazy place for a very long time. Although they already got rid of the best feature of the building, which was the big pit in the basement. They filled that in 10 years ago now. So.
The pit, the downstairs area was completely done by us. We just, Sandy, Joe, myself, anybody who would be willing to get to work with power tools, and we just spent a month doing that, and we did.
This building used to actually house a printing press in the basement. It's actually said there's a big pit into the basement because people would walk around the walkway that was on the top, and you had to get at the mechanisms down below, but all the printing happens on the top layer. So there's a walkway around it, and actually when I interviewed, they gave me a desk on the top, and all the old interviewers had their desks down in the pit part of the pit. It's a strange place, but kind of fit the vibe of the company.
Whatever we could do, we did ourselves. So we never hired any contractor to do any kind of building work. We did ourselves. Electrical work, Joe did all of that. So that's kind of the way we did a lot of things in this building was, whatever we could do, we did on our own. In fact, when we took over this building, we stripped it all down. Only thing standing was brick. We got everything out of here, and then we had an architect come in and do the designs, and we put it all together. It was in 2008 that we had a lot of work done on our roof, and we had to have a large unit installed on top. So Joe Weissman had that unit ordered, and in fact they thought they were going to put it on the roof, and they didn't. They actually delivered it to the sidewalk, and it was our responsibility to get that big huge piece of equipment on the roof. And Joe said, "Well, how are we going to do it?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. The only way I can think of is to rent a boom crane." A year after that, one of the requirements of some of the work we were doing for our clients was to get a backup generator for the building. And we thought they would put it on the roof, and yet it showed up on our sidewalk, and it sat there for a day. We didn't worry about anyone stealing it because it was so big and heavy. So Joe looked at me and says, "Oh man, we have to hire a boom crane again?" I said, "Yeah, well, we got to do it. We're not going to install that thing until we get it on the roof." And so I know that the building next door has a public space on their roof. So Joe, Dennis, and myself, we actually were able to wheel the generator into the building and just kind of mumble, "I got to take this thing to the roof." And we did. We were able to take the elevator with that thing to the roof, roll it onto the roof, and we actually rappelled it off of their building onto our building. And we saved a ton of money by doing that, and we did it. It took 3 of us to lower it down, but we did it. So that's why this company has a lot of I think, charm, because we never looked outside to do anything. We did it all on our own, whether it be software, whether it be our own building. Anything we did on our own, which is kind of cool, because then that forced us to think about how we wanted things and not just depending on other people to do for us. So 50 years later, here we are, still pushing forward.